In this episode, we sit down with the usual cast of our Nightshift crew, our motley crew, and talk about one of our favorite movies from the last 25 years, and that is The Matrix. It's a good listen. We had a lot of fun doing it, and makes you think a lot. It really does, especially in today's age with the rise of AI. So one of the things that some of the audience has said, if they're not as familiar with the movie, they would love a refresher on it or just, the cliff notes on the plot. So for the audience, there is going to be some spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, it's been out for 25, 26 years. You should get on it, but just fair warning in advance, there are going to be some spoilers in tonight's episode, I should say. And for people that have seen it or just need a little refresher on the plot, The Matrix is a 1999 science fiction action film written and directed by the Wachowskis, and it's the first installment of a Matrix series. It depicts a dystopian future in which humanity is unknowingly trapped inside the Matrix. The Matrix is a simulated reality created by intelligent machines. Plot of the movie follows a few main characters, one being a guy by the name of Morpheus, played by Lawrence Fishburne, and another guy by the name of Neo, played by Keanu Reeves. Reeves' character is a computer hacker that is unknowingly prophesized to be the one to defeat the machines. And Morpheus has recruited him into a rebellion against the machines so that humanity can live free once again. So that's the plot, and I hope that you guys get a chance to listen all the way through and you enjoy tonight's show.
Coming up, free your mind. The Matrix is next. All right. Tonight, I am joined by Agent Smith and Morpheus himself. Wow.
Hello. Thank you.
Yeah, well, it's a fucking pleasure to see you guys. We're breaking down The Matrix, a film that redefined action and sci-fi. So let's dive into this world building, the themes, and groundbreaking visuals for the time. We'll hit the best scenes, the hottest takes, and of course, pick this apart and see what made it a cultural phenomenon. So, gentlemen, take your red pills. Follow us on this journey. All right? Free your minds. Plug in. Where were you when you first saw this?
I was about 8 years old.
Young Morpheus.
I watched this very young. Dude, I don't even remember. I was very young. Maybe even younger than 8. It came out in, what, 99?
Yep.
Yeah. I was a young lad. My whole family, we watched them, all three of them. We watched them all together.
You guys drove this and wanted this movie badly. Yes. Why?
I think being in a simulation is on everyone's mind.
Okay.
Especially today. You go plug into any single podcast and someone brings it up. But yeah, and to go back to your first question, I don't remember when I saw this. My memory didn't start till I was like 11. So I don't know. And I would have been 4 when this came out. So
good God.
Yeah, I don't remember at all. I do remember watching it for the first time and not really getting it, just thinking it's really cool. Cool enough to get the video game, which was amazing.
Hell yeah.
But that was about it. So.
It's got everything. It's got the greatest fight scenes. It's got a love story. It's a classic hero's journey. But it's also, at the time, you'd never seen anything like it.
No. No, it's groundbreaking for its time. So you have, I think it hits more today, even so, than it did back in the day, because the rise of AI and what that's done and the fear of it from the skeptics is kind of something like this that would happen, where you have now machines have taken over the world and humans are stuck in a simulation and don't even know it, except for Morpheus. Except for Morpheus and his crew in Zion. So, all right, nerds, let's get into some quick facts about the movie, and we'll do a little overarching stuff here real quick. So, made in '99, produced by Joel Silver, written and directed by the Wachowskis.
Sisters.
This still blows my mind. So, okay, you guys told me before the podcast it was the Wachowski brothers. Now it's the Wachowski sisters.
Yes. Yeah, this is old news.
Okay, well, you know what? You're blowing my mind here. Clearly, I didn't do enough research on this. Main cast: Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, Carrie-Anne Moss, Hugo Weaving, and Joey Pants. Joey Pantoliano. Joey Pants. All right, budget was $63 million. Box office $460 million worldwide. That's a hit, man.
Let's give some love to the Oracle. What's her name? Because she doesn't get listed in main cast.
Look her up. It's not Whoopi Goldberg. It is not Whoopi.
By the way, while he's looking this up, you can tell this movie is old AF because they got phones with lines on them, and they got pay phones, dude.
Brother.
We don't even have those anymore.
Oh, we're getting into that. What aged the best and what aged poorly. But let's go to Rotten Tomatoes real quick. So Rotten Tomatoes, critic score, 83. Audience score, 85. Still pretty damn good. Rotten Tomatoes is kind of a harsh thing.
No, that's good for them, but that's a low score still.
Well, let's listen. Not everybody's seen it when it just came out. Some people are reviewing it years later. And now we have like even better CGI and all the stuff that comes with that. But
arguable.
Well, okay. Let's get back into the time machine and talk about competition that year. So 99, massive movie year. You had Fight Club, Sixth Sense, Blair Witch Project, Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, and this movie won 4 Academy Awards, but no Best Picture nomination.
Oh my God.
Yeah, pretty wild
year, dude.
It's a pretty damn good year. I think this one stacks up pretty nicely against those, even though it's like almost like a cult movie genre renaissance there between Blair Witch Project, Sixth Sense, Fight Club. I mean, they're hits, yes, but they have their own like cult following.
What a way to end the 1900s.
Yeah.
I mean,
damn is right. So actors in this one, let's start with Keanu. So where he was before this movie, we have him in Speed, Point Break. Oh, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I actually love Point Break.
Dude, I fucking love Point Break. It's a great movie, but Johnny Utah. Oh, get me 2 hoagies, Johnny. 2 hoagies.
Who am I thinking of?
Did you guys?
You're thinking of Busey. That's Busey's line, the 2 hoagies. But dude, so he's in action movies. He's in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, hilarious stoner movie.
You know how I got that movie? In a pizza box.
Really?
It was delivered like Pizza Hut or something. They gave. That's how bad the movie is. They just like, here, put it in a fucking pizza box, a DVD in the pizza box.
Incredible. So those were his big movies before this one. This one made him a bona fide action star, and it was. We'll get into. There's some juicy casting what-ifs in this one, yeah. But this movie sets him on A-list trajectory. Then you have Lawrence Fishburne coming off of Boys in the Hood. Incredible movie. Event Horizon, Apocalypse Now. So he's a well-known actor at this point. But this one, I mean, he makes a name for himself in this one. It just really sets him apart because he's not the lead in it, but he's a incredible supporting actor in this movie. Carrie Ann Moss Trinity did nothing after this movie, really. I mean, she's in the Matrix trilogy and mostly just TV roles. It's a shame because I thought she was freaking awesome in this movie.
She's actually phenomenal.
Then you got Hugo Weaving, Agent Smith, and he's an Australian film and theater background before this, but he parlays this into being basically an iconic villain. He's V for Vendetta. He's Lord of the Rings.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah. No, he.
I didn't know he was V.
Oh yeah.
I forgot.
Oh yeah. And let's see, what else do I have in here?
Anti-hero in that one for sure.
Oh, no doubt about it. Yeah. Anti-hero. So, I mean, we can talk about it now. We can get into the casting what ifs for this.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a perfect movie, but it's damn good. And it's incredibly entertaining from start to finish. But I had this for later on, but let's just get into it now. Casting what ifs. Gentlemen, you want to take a swing at who they were going to cast for Neo or who they thought they were going to cast for Neo?
I've heard rumors.
Tell me.
There's been rumors that my wife is a hobbit. No, Will Smith. Right?
That's one.
Is there another one? But they say that about every movie, dude. It's like Will. Oh, we were going for Will Smith. He was supposed to be Django too.
Well, dude, Will. He's the biggest movie star in the world at this time.
Yeah, at this time.
I think he could pull it off, no doubt. I just think it's a little different movie with him in it. There's probably the same amount of action. It's hard for me to see an unconfident Will Smith.
That's what I mean, because Neo plays this believable, unbelievable character nerd programmer. You don't see Will Smith doing that. He's got the hat sideways, a little helicopter on top.
Yeah.
You just don't see that.
No. Here's the other two that I found. Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
For Neo?
For Neo.
Oh.
And Brad Pitt.
Okay. I mean,
he was busy doing Fight Club, so.
Well, yes. All of them turned it down. Didn't want to do it.
Really?
Morpheus. Bangers on this one. Now, Fishburne is an awesome Morpheus. I got no issue with his
irreplaceable.
God, if you say Pacino.
It was Al Pacino.
No.
Free your mind.
No. Free your mind, Neo.
I said I wouldn't bring up Pacino.
No, you know who I want Pacino to be in this is actually Agent Smith.
Oh, it's the smell. There you are, Mr. Anderson. There you are.
The stench.
The stench. Now, so here's first one. Sean Connery.
Ooh.
Pretty interesting.
Yo.
Nero.
Yeah,
could you please plug in? We have to talk.
Yeah, I don't like him.
I don't like him for it.
He could have been in the movie, though.
He could have been in the movie.
Maybe in number 2 or 3.
He could have been. He could have been a decent supporting actor. The other one, Gary Oldman.
Ooh.
Gary Oldman could have been real good.
He can do anything.
He might be the GOAT of acting.
Now, I can't see Gary Oldman fighting per se, but...
Has he ever fought?
Not that I know of. I mean...
Ooh, Fassbender.
As Morpheus?
No, as...
Neo.
No.
I mean, Fassbender could have done Neo, but that's if we're casting today.
Oh, okay.
The other one, Denzel.
Yeah.
Denzel was considered for this role, and I can't remember if he turned it down or not, but I think he did turn it down, is what I heard. But he could play the role. The problem with casting Denzel is my man commands the screen when he's on it. My man. Now, Morpheus does own the screen when he's on there, but it doesn't take away from Neo.
Yeah.
I think if you have Denzel in there, it's just too powerful, and it takes away from this. You're like, Well, fucking Denzel's the one. I mean, look at this guy. He's the freaking most incredible human. So, Trinity, another pretty good casting what if. Salma Hayek considered.
Okay.
And
that would be a little too much. I might watch it again.
I mean, that she's too. Now, I gotta say, Carrie-Anne Moss, sexy as hell in this movie. But
weird, but yeah.
But that's what you got to be, dude.
Yes.
This is like Nerd Nation.
It is Nerd Nation.
And you have to have the look
it's
and
believable.
feel.
I don't like Salma Hayek for this.
I don't think so either.
I didn't hear this, but I've got one that'd be good.
There's two more on my list.
Okay, you keep going then. I'll come back to it.
You tell me if this is her. Angelina Jolie was considered. And I think she could have pulled it off.
Yeah, she could have.
Maybe, but her fucking lips might have got stuck behind.
You think so?
They're just fucking huge, dude. See her calling into the phone. And
do you think if we had Angelina and Brad in this, then that whole saga happens a little bit sooner than Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Yes, 100%.
Is this pre Billy Bob Thornton and her, or is that later?
This is around that time. Okay. We're talking late 90s. This is them. I think that they're together. And the other one, who I can't see this in any way, shape, or form, Sandra Bullock.
God, dude.
So that's what I had saw. Now, the most believable of all of those is probably Will Smith or Brad Pitt as Neo. But
I don't like Will Smith as Neo.
I don't like him as Neo. It's a different movie.
Brad Pitt's too good looking
for Trinity.
Oh my God, Kate Beckinsale.
I mean, dude, look, she's literally in this picture. She's in leather.
But then again,
what?
It could work.
Yeah.
I mean, in this picture, she looks like Trinity too. I mean, I don't know if we can show the camera.
But. Oh yeah, no, she does. She absolutely does. She could have totally pulled it off. She is also freaking ageless, so I have no idea how old she would have been at that time. But what?
I don't actually know.
She's 103, still looking
Andy
good.
Milonakis was like 41 when he
was she doesn't have Andy Milonakis' disease. Unreal. Dude, those were great casting what ifs.
I heard one more too.
Go on.
Val Kilmer for Morpheus.
Interesting.
Okay, I could see that.
The only rumors I heard were Val Kilmer and Will Smith. I didn't hear any of the other ones.
Interesting.
Oh, I got one.
Is this a rumor or is this one that you want to say?
This is one that I would throw in.
Okay, go on.
I would throw in Walken as Morpheus.
Oh my God.
Why?
He's beginning to believe. No, because Neo is the one.
Neo,
guys, he's the one. You gotta trust me in this.
If you see an agent, you should run.
You're gonna go see the Oracle.
Come on. We're gonna go see the Oracle.
I'd rather see him as Smith.
Oh my God.
Are we going to do this every time, just Pacino and Walken?
Well, Pacino's a stand-in for any of these.
No more Pacino, no more Walken, even if you can't hold it back.
Only one.
I'm absolutely not following that rule. Pacino could be in any movie. It's just whether it's going to be a comedy or not.
Okay, Shane, you're Morpheus, but you're Pacino. And I'm Cypher. Hey, Morpheus, what do you think of Trinity?
She's got a great ass! Pacino is...
Do it again.
Okay.
I'll put you over the head with a soldering iron.
You die in the Matrix, you die for real.
You die.
Leo, you do it again.
The steak is juicy? No, he could have been Cypher. He could have.
He could have. You know what? He could play that role. He's actually a pretty good villain.
He's great.
He's a great villain. He kind of... I don't know if he likes playing the villain role, but he's damn good at it.
He's not a coward, though. He might not like that. He doesn't like playing a coward. He's usually like a strong.
Yeah.
I'm not a coward.
I'm not a coward. All right, gentlemen. Let's fast forward this. Let's break down best scenes from the movie. What are the ones that stand out to you the most?
For me, it's when the Oracle tells him, "Sorry, kid," like it's not you, even though she doesn't technically say it's not you. And when Morpheus first gets in serious trouble, and they're thinking, "You can't go back in. We got to unplug him," and he's sitting there thinking, and he's like, "Well, I'm not the one, so why the fuck does it matter? I'm not going to let him die for me." And then he goes back in, and that's what makes him, once he believes he's not the one, the pressure's off. And I'm getting the chills thinking about it because it's so relatable. Dude, maybe it's not you. And you're like, you know what? I don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
And you're just going to go after it. And he did. And then that's when Morpheus is like,
I believe.
To believe.
So,
dude, when Morpheus is in the walls and he just sacrifices himself and he's like, and he headbutts the fucking drywall.
well, because he believes that to his core, this kid is the one. Because I think the Oracle told him, "You're going to find the one." She tells Trinity, "You're going to fall in love with the one." You got that right. And so those two believe. And there's like, God, you could go down like Reddit rabbit holes on this. Do you think the Oracle was wrong? Or do you think that she did that on purpose to try and get him? Because if she can really see the future.
Explain.
Go on. Tell me more.
Remember I told you on the phone, she told him he wasn't going to be it, and you said, no, she didn't.
Was she wrong about what?
Was she wrong about him not being the one? Or do you think that she told him that so that he would take that burden off of his shoulders?
She says, it's just a semantics thing. She says, "You already know what I'm going to tell you." And then he's like, "I'm not the one." And she's like, "Sorry, kid, you got the gift." She never actually says you're not the one. Mm-hmm. She just lets him believe that, but she already knows he's the one. You could argue that. She never says.
Not the one.
Yeah.
He says it.
She says you're waiting for something, maybe another life. I don't know. So she never says you're not the one.
Interesting.
He said what he needed to hear.
Yeah.
My other favorite scene, going back to the Oracle, telling Trinity her thing, when he's supposedly dying and the Sentinels are lasering into and he's about to die, and she says, "You have to be the one because she said I would be falling in love, and it can't not be true."
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't say it, but she said, "I love you."
Yeah.
And that's what wakes him up, and it's like, oh,
dude,
that was literally the best dialogue, dude. Like the way she said that.
Well, it's interesting because you have it's kind of like a tale as old as time. And that's what I think makes this unique is that, they're in this new world, but all you need is somebody to believe in you. And he's lucky he's got Morpheus as his mentor, and then he's got love, and they believe in him. And for whatever reason, that is what wakes him up. I mean, it's a fucking fairy tale type thing. But in real life, confidence comes from being able to do hard things, but you can't really do a lot of hard things if you don't have people believing in you. And these people fucking believe in this guy to the death.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about
smell, dude, is that one of you?
I don't smell anything. But dude, if you think about all the most successful men and women, they've got somebody who loves them.
Yeah.
Because it puts behind that pressure, most, I would say. It puts behind that pressure of, oh, I got to look good for this. No, you just got to do your fucking job. You already had that part figured out. Your brain can focus and compartmentalize on just what's important.
Let's talk. Hang on.
I don't smell anything.
I don't smell anything either. Did you rip one?
I didn't. I thought it was you.
No, not yet.
I'm sorry.
Wipe that sweat. So, hang on 1 second.
We can cut that. My bad.
Oh, we'll cut it. Don't worry. Let's go red pill choice. Morpheus delivers the ultimate existential question. Gentlemen, you're in that spot. You taking red pill or blue pill?
Well, in fairness, I'm glad I rewatched the movie because he makes it very persuasive to take the red pill. Take this pill and you'll just go back to your normal life of being a depressed POS. Or you can learn about the truth of everything, and it's like, duh. I'm take that one. It wasn't like a life full of pain, despair. Like, he doesn't say what it actually is. Like, he makes the blue pill look like shit.
But you can tell, like, Neo's looking. You can tell that he's looking for something more.
Yeah.
Because you can't be stuck in that world. I mean, dude, they do such a good job of setting the scene and making everything such a grungy. It's like, I don't even know. I mean, they don't ever say like where this, world that they're in is. I'm assuming it's some kind of like New York City or something.
Well, it is
like
New York
that.
City because there's a subway.
Yeah.
It's not
I think it's Chicago.
No,
You think so?
Chicago has whatever they call it, the trains that are on, like above ground. It looks like New York to me because it's subway system.
I heard Chicago. I'm sorry.
Well, I guess maybe Chicago is both.
Maybe it's based off of just multiple cities.
It could be. I mean, it's just a simulation, guys. But
true.
But they do such a good job of making it unappealing as fuck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's green.
And it's green. It's gray. It's like just kind of like a disgusting world. And you can see like he's not living some good life. He's at an office job he fucking hates. He gets yelled at for being late because he's been up hacking and, doing God knows what else. The guys that he's selling what is he even selling in the beginning? Programs. So he's selling these programs to guys that are just, typical grunge punk rock scene. So it gives you that background of like, I don't really think that this is awesome and he can't want to do this, but he just looks depressed the entire time. And so having somebody come in and save him basically and tell him he's still skeptical as hell, like most depressed people. Like
he was living without a purpose.
Yeah.
He doesn't just have
He's hoping for a
depression.
purpose.
He knows that something is off. Like he can feel that it's not real. He can feel something's going on.
Yeah.
Behind the curtain.
Yeah. So back to my question. You taking blue pill? Or are you taking red pill?
Well, am I Neo or am I me?
You're you.
Well, I would ask a lot more fucking questions. Like, oh, what's going to happen if I take this pill?
But here, they would be in there for 6 hours and you would have so many fucking questions. I don't just take pills.
Okay, weirdo with your fucking glasses.
Also, did you wash your hands?
How do I know where those pills have been? What is in them? So
I like to think I would take it.
Yeah.
I think there's an analogy to real life.
I know you. You're not even asking one question.
Do you want to know the truth to everything and have a fucking 11-inch dick? Yeah, I'm fucking taking it.
Wait, what? What is that? Where'd that come from?
I'm just saying.
By the way, I'll throw in an 11-inch cock.
He makes it seem so much better. Do you want to know, like, do you want to be the man?
Do you want to go back to your micro penis? Or do you?
I'm not asking questions, dude.
Okay, fine. I already know you're not asking questions.
If you're in that building, like when he was going to get out of the car and he was like, fine, I won't do it. And they're like, please come back. We want you. Like by the time you get to the seat with Morpheus, he trusts Morpheus. So he's going to take it.
Yeah, he's going to take it. I would take it. I'm not asking that, man. I might ask like 2 questions.
Yeah.
Max. But if I'm him, I'm like, give me the goddamn pill.
Yeah. Harder if you have kids in the Matrix.
Well, this is true. I'd still probably do
it. Depends on the day.
Daddy. After today?
Shane, you will never see your wife or kids again.
He already ate it. Guys, he ate it right away.
Wow. I didn't even finish getting
Wait, where was the pill? You will never see your...
Oh, it's in my gullet. It's down. I swallow that thing like a goddamn pelican. Lobby shootout. Loved
oh
it.
my God.
God, I love that.
It had a mass shooter feel. It was a little creepy.
It is a little creepy.
Yeah.
The video game scene
Video
feels
games.
amazing. That scene in the video game.
Oh, you play that in the video game?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't have the one where you're Neo.
Blow away, cops.
Here's the here's the moral dilemma.
Away, dude.
Moral dilemma.
You don't feel bad either because they're not real.
No, but
you know
here's
what?
the
Good call.
Yep, no, but they are.
They are because they're dying in their little wet tubes.
Yeah, so at the beginning of the movie, they say anyone who's not unplugged, anyone who's not a red pill is our enemy because at any time
Yes.
they could be an agent. Because the agents can hack into a real person's body at any time, and when we see it, he turns into the helicopter guy. You kill an agent, he turns into another guy.
Yeah.
So it is a real person that they're killing that's in a pod.
Because in their head, they believe they got shot.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
they probably do die.
So
There it is again, dude. What is that? Is it the trash or something?
it's not the trash, bud.
Sorry.
Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. So one thing that I found interesting, they're basically farming humans.
Yes.
Um,
Just like we have data centers,
yeah.
bunch of servers.
And Morpheus says we don't really know what year it is, but you think it's 1999. It's actually like 2199. We think. We've lost track of time.
Yeah.
But I find it curious how they're getting energy from humans.
Okay, they explain it. The average human gives, just like when you're doing a load calculation for HVAC, you see how much heat a person gives off, like 400 BTUs per hour. The same thing, just like how we have our electricity plants, like at the Hoover Dam. Those generators turn because the water pushes them, and it's a motor in reverse, so it creates electricity. Our bodies have electricity too, and they say in the movie, I forget what it is, but there's an exact wattage that we actually give off. So if they have enough humans and they keep feeding us our other dead humans plus, we can keep creating electrical energy because we actually do have an electrical charge.
It's a plot hole because they've calculated how much actual energy it is, and it's like shitty.
It is.
Like, but
that's
here's the original idea.
Like, why wouldn't you do like, cows or something like that?
Because the original idea was way cooler. The original idea was that they use the humans because our brain is actually really powerful, that they connected all the brains to create like a neural connected matrix.
Like a mind hive.
They were using the minds as like a meat computer.
Huh.
And then they were like, audience isn't going to get that. Let's just make them batteries.
Interesting.
But they've talked about that. Neil deGrasse Tyson's talked about it on his podcast.
Okay.
Like, that would have been, I think, cooler because the battery thing is kind of, that's the only thing that's like, nah. But
I don't get it. And then how are humans reproduced in this world?
tubes.
I mean, just how you do a test tube.
Oh, here's a good question. So if somebody fucks somebody else in the Matrix, serious question, do they actually take like, it's kind of gross, but do they actually take like the sperm from the real human and send it over to the pod? Because the pod could be anywhere. Or do they just go, let's just create one, and then in the Matrix it's a fake baby? It's not actually you think they really do use this?
I don't think they're going to send it off and make it a moral thing.
They just make
person with a UPS code. I think they just, but then again, it's in the goo. So I don't think so. I think they just have their own goo to reproduce.
It's just goo city there. Dude, I don't like that. Gives me the willies, man. But okay, back to lobby shootout. This is the first scene that I can remember of its kind. I mean, like there's been a ton of movies with shootouts and stuff like that, but you never seen anybody move the way that they choreograph this scene. These people are running up walls,
flipping.
I find it hard to believe that none of them they didn't even get nicked.
No.
There's a lot of bullets flying. These two didn't get nicked. I mean, come on. But the amount of guns that they have in there,
Dude,
unbelievable.
they didn't even reload.
Didn't even reload once. They just threw the guns down.
Throw the gun at the guy's face and pull out
Yeah.
I remember watching that and thinking, totally realistic and fucking awesome.
Wow, when he goes to the metal detector and the guy's like, what the?
It's incredible. So, first time I'd seen that in a movie. There's been a couple, since then. I mean, but dude, that was just awesome. Then you get, I like the Neo and Morpheus training scene a lot. Stop trying to hit me and hit me.
Yeah.
Just cool, man.
It is.
And going through, and I thought it was pretty interesting how they were able to, and you go back to the premises, like everything's computerized and programming. He can just download.
Yeah,
like,
he's blinking.
I know how to do jujitsu and kung fu, and like he just like keep. They pan away for a minute and get out of the training thing, and you see him on the ship, and they're like, "How's he doing?" This guy's a machine. He's been doing this for like 11 straight hours. Like, which makes me think, do you get tired in the Matrix and then tired in real life? Does it mimic that?
Everything is a brain. Like, you get shot, your brain thinks it, you feel it. You get tired, your brain thinks it, you feel it.
I thought of a good question on the way over here because they never addressed this. What if your arm gets chopped off in the Matrix? So in real life, and then you survive, like they get you out with one of the phones. Yeah. What happens to your arm in real life?
Great question. Do you think that it's just like
just numb,
a ghost arm, basically?
You think that's it? Like you don't die, but your
neurons tell your brain it's not working anymore.
It
happens to people.
There's a term for it when you amputees.
Yes, exactly, where they can still
phantom limb.
That's it. Phantom limb, but it's a real limb still there, theoretically.
So just put it in reverse.
Yeah, remember Morpheus is like when Neo gets all tired, he's like, "Is that really air you're breathing right now?" And he's like, "Oh shit, I'm not really breathing air.
No, it's actually goop."
Yeah.
Wild, man. So another scene that was massive when it came out, when this movie aired. Rooftop bullet dodge. Do you know how many fucking times we would be doing dodgeball or something like that in
try
school,
to do it,
and people would be like,
just get hit in the nuts.
Every single kid was trying that shit. Like, oh my God, we could do this. Lord knows I tried it and I got fucking clipped every single time. But that was such a cool scene when it was going down. Rewatching it the other day, I think I watched this movie again on Sunday night last week, and I mean it's less realistic, not the best special effects, but for the time, fucking awesome.
Dude, I actually was talking to Colin about this. I think it actually goes toe to toe with a lot of the CGI I see now, because now it's so real, it looks more real than real life. Like, you ever seen a picture that's so edited and perfect that you're like, that's not even what my eyeballs
Oh, like an AI generated picture?
Like, this looks like pretty freaking real.
Now,
like,
that's movie one, because, I mean, we're going to get to the other ones later, but movie two, some of the CGI is like a little far-fetched.
Okay.
But
now, moving on from that one, subway fight scene.
Oh my God.
Subway fight scene. Gentlemen.
You want to talk about chills?
Oh.
When he spits up blood, he gets up and he does this fucking gets the dust off, and then he does the
yes.
Oh my
Just
God.
Like his daddy Morpheus taught him.
That's right.
Dude, this movie is a chills factory. It just makes you feel the chills 100 times. You're like, oh my God.
You were drinking the goop.
You're drinking the goop and
dude, it's awesome. First off, like great fighting. And it's such a contrast in styles too, because you have Agent Smith, who's fucking robotic. I mean, look at you. And thank you. And Neo, who is anything but he's getting his ass kicked, and they're all worried about him on the ship. But he just keeps getting up and keeps fighting back, and then fucking beats him at the end, throwing him under the subway that's coming. And then goddamn Matrix strikes again. It's like, that's got to be exhausting to kill these dudes, and then
right back.
They're right back. And you're like, Jesus Christ. All right. And then he books it out of there. But such a cool scene. Incredible choreography. I didn't read any of the or look at any of the like director commentary or anything like that beforehand. Maybe I should have, but I loved how they did that. It was awesome.
Dude, Neo he's got the Taylor Swift effect where
Explain.
Keanu Reeves is, for most guys, it's not like Jason Statham or something unobtainable. He's an obtainable, believable figure. Like, it makes the dude, I have that same body.
Like,
I could be him.
Like he's not Jean-Claude Van Damme, where you're like this guy's been training his whole life.
With Taylor Swift, she doesn't have like a BBL. She's not a Kardashian. She's just like tall, skinny girl. Like any girl could obtain to be her.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
I think he's perfect for this role because of that.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, best lines. Unless you have any more best scenes.
Oh, yeah. I got a great scene when Morpheus is held captive and they save him.
Oh.
They come up with the helicopter with the Gatling gun and just light up the fucking agents, dude.
They sure do. But listen, I gotta do me a favor. How the hell did Morpheus not get ripped apart by the Gatling gun?
That too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm watching that and I'm thinking, first off, fucking incredible visuals.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I did think that too.
And I'm pumped as hell when this is going on because you're like, he's gonna do it. Dude. Yeah, he's in his chair, and I'm thinking like, first thought was, hell yeah, let's go. They're getting their boy back. But then the more I'm watching, I'm like, the agents are standing right next to him. How is he?
How accurate is this gun?
This gun cannot be that accurate. It cannot be. I have no idea.
He's shooting all over the place. He's going in blind.
Dude, he's going in totally blind, whipping through. Somehow Morpheus doesn't get hit, and he gets clipped by one of the agents at the end. But
yeah. But another chills moment when he breaks the fucking handcuffs. So sick. I mean, his delts must be made of iron. He lat races to the side.
It's like he had the energy finally when he knew that he was coming after him, and then he was like, "Are the handcuffs even real?"
Yeah.
And then he finally busts out. So I love that scene, dude. That scene was cool as shit because then it goes into the scene. Like, I guess it's still part of the same scene. He's pulling up Trinity on the rope. And that's
what was he going to catch the helicopter? That's what you first think.
At first, I'm thinking, oh my God. He's going to pull the helicopter up? Jesus Christ. And then he doesn't. And it's just her. And I'm like, oh God, that's more believable.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Thank God. Because thinking like, all right. Yeah, exactly.
And you're like,
that would have ruined the movie if he did pull up the whole helicopter.
No, dude, but just the way he pulled her up, it actually goes back to unobtainable, obtainable. It makes you go,
I could probably do that.
No, hold on. He doesn't have the triceps. He really doesn't. He doesn't have the core to pull that off, but somehow he does.
Well, listen, he's not pulling up Dank DeMoss.
But he has the belief.
But he believes.
This movie is about faith. And it really is, though, because all of them, when they have the faith.
Wachowski.
Huh? Wachowski. No, I mean, Neo, I sometimes wonder, is it like, was he programmed to be the one, or does he just really believe so hard that he can just manipulate? Because they all have enough belief that they can do more than other people. They can jump over buildings and shit. So it's an interesting question.
It's a good question. One more scene that it's the climax. Pause. When he fucking figures out he is the one, and then he jumps through the freaking agent's body.
Also behind the back.
Yes. And then he's like, well, here we go. Just fucking. He's like, I could do a coffee right now. This is doing me nothing. And the agents are like, oh shit. It's the first time that they've ever done that. It's just incredible.
I actually pulled that move off with Jordan. When we were kids, she'd be swinging, and I actually was doing this, and it was working. And I went, "Oh my god, it's actually a really
oh my god, I'm the one."
This is a really
and then Shane looked at you and went, "He's beginning to believe." Griff's like, "What's happening?"
No, Griffin was playing the video game like, "Motherfucker, this thing's not fucking working again!" And throwing the controller against the wall.
Did you see the lady in the red?
Yeah. Did you see the lady? That's totally him. He's Mouse.
Yeah.
Griffin is 100% Mouse.
The thing that kind of ticked me off a little bit about Mouse, and this is a very small detail, just because I'm a stickler about wasting. When he's going through the programs for Neo, he's just throwing him over his head and like, no. And they're just clanking on the floor. And these are really important programs. And I'm thinking, put them to the side. But he's just like, to the back of the room. And he's like, how about
bro, you live on a ship in the middle of
I don't remember
nowhere.
Yeah, like, dude, don't.
Was he throwing like martial arts back?
No, he was throwing the little programs for different training videos.
Oh.
And he's like, not exciting. Ooh, how about this one? And I'm thinking to myself, oh my god,
you guys need these.
On the ground.
Like, you're gonna need
You're
these.
throwing our serums away.
Dude, you ever had you guys remember video games with actual CDs and DVDs? God forbid you get a freaking scratch on that thing. It's like, fuck, it's ruined.
Come on, Mouse. Oh, Mouse, shout out to Mouse when he dies. Got 2 Tommy guns. Just that was pretty sweet.
He didn't believe it all.
No, he didn't believe it all.
Real quick.
I mean, he would have had to really believe because he got shot about 5,000 times.
Yeah, he did.
Let's get into best lines. What did you like?
It's the smell. I'm saturated by it.
Mr. Anderson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anything by Morpheus, pretty much.
He's got some long dialogue in a lot of these spots. Some of it's like, all right, bro, come on.
I like when Trinity's like, I was looking for you, Neo, this entire time. When they're at the club and she first meets him, and he's like, how do you know my name? I just think it's so cool that she's this close to his ear, and she's like, I've been looking for you, Neo.
Oh, I got one that's...
Ooh.
Okay, I've got 2 real quick ones. When she kills the agent, dodge this, shoots him in the fucking head.
Fuck it, I got that
she
on my list.
Definitely should have shot him before she said that, because he probably could have just dodged it. Dodge this, okay.
All right.
But, and then when Cypher is like, how can he be the one if he's dead? And then there's got to be some miracle of God that comes in and saves him.
Or that
and
Tank
then Tank
rises.
Yeah, what does Tank say? He's like, believe it or not, you son of a bitch, you're still going to burn. Yeah. And then he shoots him with that weird gun.
Okay.
Weird gun.
I told this to Colin. 2 of my, bar none actually, favorite scenes in this movie. I guess not scenes, but dialogue. The phone call in the beginning and the phone call at the end. For whatever reason, as an audience member, it plugs me in.
When there's a phone.
When there's a phone. And when the movie starts, it's Trinity calling in. And when the movie ends, it's Neo, and he's like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm coming for you. And it's like,
who is he talking to?
Oh my God. He's just
the
calling
system.
into the system, dude.
He's talking to the system,
It
bro.
is just, when you see the little green numbers going down and you hear the phone call.
And Rage Against the Machine comes
It's
in.
amazing.
Oh, it's great. It's great needle drop. Love that. I like the scene, the scene where he goes to meet the Oracle and then they tell him, the little helper chick is like, all right, just have a seat in here. Here's some other ones. You're going to sit with some other potentials over here. And it's like all kids. And the little girl is like, bending the spoons.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like looking at her like, oh, how are you doing that? And then she goes, well, you got to remember, there is no spoon. And then he just takes this little girl's advice and just starts looking at the spoon. And then he starts bending. I'm like, that's kind of fucking cool, man.
She's like, it's not the spoon that's bending.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's you.
It's you.
Do not try to bend the spoon. That would be impossible.
Yeah.
Only realize that the spoon doesn't exist.
There is no spoon.
I think it's a boy, isn't it? Is it a boy or a girl?
I don't know. There's like little
Androgynous.
trans kids in there.
Oh.
Hang on. Hang on. All right. Let's get into what age the best. I mean, I'm going to say the fight choreography was fucking awesome. The bullet time effect, we already covered that one. Love that. Set the tone for the whole franchise. What age the best for you?
I mean,
we could go back to the Wachowskis again.
Do you really want to?
No, I mean, because they aged really well.
Did they?
have you seen what they look like now?
No.
Dude, pull them up.
I didn't know what they looked like before. But I remember when this movie came out, they were the Wachowski brothers.
How the hell do you spell Wachowski?
Are they like
Wchies?
Nope.
Are they like Caitlyn Jenner
Yes.
level? All right, what, dude? Caitlyn's cool. Got no issue.
Hey girls, I'm home.
Hey girls.
It's
Hey,
tough,
girls.
but it's good.
Hey girls.
You know what, man? Everybody's got their own personal journey. Good for
Well,
them.
one of them transitioned a little bit better than the other one.
Okay.
One of them looks like with a wig. Like,
Okay.
did not change his big body at all.
Oh.
It's actually hilarious.
Okay.
Because
That's-
I guess I got to look at the directors. I could have sworn that
There you
they
go.
were guys.
They were guys.
I'm just not
Thrown in operation, games change.
Turn the
interesting.
page. My thing is not working here.
So when did they transition?
Okay.
Recently.
Top is
Okay,
Would you?
that's interesting. I mean, not my taste, but no, that's interesting. See, well, I wonder what sparked that, or if it's something that
Fred Durst.
felt forever. No, Fred Durst didn't transition, did he?
No, but the guy on the right looks like Fred Durst. And then he's Francine.
well, he's got a red cap on, so I get what you're saying. He's got a backwards
Dude,
red cap.
They do not look like what I thought.
No.
Man, dude, I don't care what they did.
You know what?
They could write a fucking movie.
Hell yeah, they can.
This one actually looks better as a girl.
Yeah. They,
The other brother? Mm,
yeah, that's what everybody says. The bald dude, it was a little bit rougher of a transition for him, but
That's all right. They're, like I said, they're living their best life. Good for
Hey.
them, man. They did a
Hey,
freaking banging
just
job
know
on
this.
this.
somebody out there's going to hit that.
Yeah, you already know
Dude,
it, bro.
You know there's always some guys like this.
Okay.
What?
Dude, they're like our dad at the beach. There'll be
Yeah.
a fucking seagull that flies
Dude,
by and be like,
he's
you
like
see the
this.
legs on that thing?
No, be like this.
Every time,
No,
bro.
that. Oh my God! Did you see her?
Did you?
Well, just saying.
I'm just saying.
Just
That's
saying.
how you know he's been married a long time. Jesus, bro. Relax. Just nothing like horny old guys. Dad, if you're listening to this, I love you.
there's no way he's going to listen. Do you think he will?
He won't listen this deep in.
He won't listen this deep.
He'll listen to 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Dad, if you're listening, it was all Shane.
What else?
You literally
What-
brought him up.
What else aged the best? 'Cause we're gonna get into what aged the worst in a second. I mean, the glasses.
Awesome. They're not the style anymore.
No.
So, but I mean, this was never the mainstream style. They were going for some sort of bondage underground type deal. They actually went to a real bondage like rave.
Well, knowing the history now, I can totally see that.
The first scene when Neo meets Trinity. I think that was a real bondage club,
No shit.
BDSM club
Okay.
in Cali or something.
It just felt like Blade.
It did,
Yeah.
You know what? That's exactly what I thought. I was like, dude, this is exactly like.
Where's Wesley?
Let's talk. What
He
age
could've
the
been good.
worst?
Dude, that's a good call.
He could have been good at it.
Wesley Snipes could have been.
Snipes could have been great in this.
Also, Stephen Dorff.
The
Deacon
Dorf.
Frost.
Yeah, I like him, man. He could have been an agent.
Fallon.
He could have been an agent.
Oh yeah.
100%. I think he could have been maybe a cipher
Mm-hmm.
as well. He's good at a bad guy.
Joey Pants was
Joey Pants was off the
Great,
charts, man. That fucking goatee was out of this
Ed
world.
Norton could have been in this too.
Yeah, he could have been in
He's
it.
good as that nerdy guy. Like Neo, he could have been maybe.
And now we're pushing it too
Yeah.
far.
I
I
don't
can't.
know.
I mean,
Could've
I
been
know he's got
Mouse.
Fight Club, but I'm not. That's like the only fighting thing. Actually, I don't know. Maybe he did American
He didn't
History
fight
X.
much in-
He was actually in American History X, dude. Wouldn't fuck.
Oh, he was because he got big. He
got
put on like
big and
60
jacked.
pounds of muscle.
Good point.
But he
Howard County's finest right there.
true.
Let's go.
Let's go.
He didn't fight in Fight Club though. He did, but
Yeah,
he was
did.
but when you see his scenes, he's always getting beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
He likes
Durden, his alter ego, was always winning.
Mhm.
And that's probably part of the reason he's not in this is they're filming that at the same time. But
Who
it
was
could have
that
been interesting.
chick?
Who was what?
Fight Club. Their girl.
Oh, Bellatrix Lestrange. I don't know her real name.
Yeah,
Bellatrix Strange.
Lestrange.
From
Come on,
Harry
dude.
Potter.
Get your fucking
Yeah,
get your
Bellatrix
nerd hat
Strange.
on, bro.
Dude, she's scary. She's got.
She could have been a good like
villain.
female agent. They should have brought her in for the
100%.
fourth one.
Dude, if they're making it today, she's a badass female agent
Mhm.
Well,
for
like,
sure.
In Matrix 2, she could have been one of the bad people at the club.
Yeah,
Hell
like
yeah.
one of the what's his name, the Merovingian.
Ah. All right, hang on.
Okay.
Back on topic.
Yeah.
Back on topic. What age the worst? I mean, you said it in the beginning. Payphones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got one.
Go on.
Just when they go in, the scene where they're shooting up the whatever that building is.
Shooting up the lobby.
Yeah, shooting up the lobby aged kind of bad because now, like with all the mass shootings that have happened since,
And they almost all dress like
it
this, too.
feels it's like they got their inspiration from they put on the trench coats.
It's very true.
That aged kind of poorly,
Very
but
true.
they had to do it. They had to save Morpheus. So.
Well, that's the thing, dude. This is just a movie. It's not meant for people to try
Yeah,
this shit in
yeah.
real life. But yeah, I would say that's another one. Didn't age that well, but fun watching a movie, just not in
Yeah.
real life. The phones, the cell phones, fucking great.
Yeah, dude.
Great.
Teeny tiny.
Teeny tiny.
Yeah,
Hello.
it ages.
Hello.
That ages well though, because with iPhones it'd be like,
Yeah.
iPhones aren't as cool for movies.
True.
They don't work as well in movies as.
No, you having that, just the nature of flipping it open,
Mhm.
it
Flipping it
adds an
open.
effect to it.
And actually lighting a real cigarette.
Ah, man.
Yeah,
Nothing like a cigarette pulls me into a movie. I'm like, all right, this guy knows what he's doing.
yeah.
100%.
I don't smoke cigarettes, but every time I watch a movie where somebody's ripping them 24/7, I'm like, God, I really want to try it.
Mm-hmm.
Really looks awesome. All right, let's do hottest take. Do you think that The Matrix predicted the rise of simulation theory and AI fears?
Well, it didn't help put it to rest. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
it gave a name to the idea.
Yes.
Like people say, we're living in a matrix. Like
exactly.
that word didn't.
It
People didn't use
exist.
that word
No.
for
No.
simulation before this movie.
Very true. Very true.
So definitely a little bit
actually,
for sure.
Yeah, it gave birth to it.
Yeah, one of the questions that I had was, if would it be as impactful if it were released today? I think yes.
Yeah.
I think it'd be even more like timely given how quickly AI has come about in the last year alone with everything that we've got going on. Any hot takes from you guys?
Mm,
You can use this as casting what ifs. You can do, if you were to make the movie today, Who are you casting as Neo? I feel like Keanu could still do it, man. This John Wick franchise he's got going on, he can still pull this shit off.
They did a Matrix 4 like 2 years ago.
That's true.
So did
he play it?
Yeah.
Is he in it? Okay.
We'll get there one day. But dude, I love this movie so much. I can't even really think of trying to replace people. It's just true. So good.
Well, now they're just cemented in these roles, and I can't think of anybody else. This is not one of those movies where you can replace even supporting characters. I think they've created their own world for this movie, and it's just impossible to think of anybody else in it. All right, let's do awards. Who's your MVP? Who won the movie?
MVP Morpheus, Lawrence Fishburne.
Really?
I mean, obviously Neo's great, but that would be like too obvious of a choice. So
I'm going with, though, I love Neo.
I do too.
He fucking crushes. And I agree with you on Morpheus. I think he's great.
Mr. Anderson.
Oh, true. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Agent Smith.
You like Agent Smith? You think he won the movie?
Anybody else who does that, you're like, nah, he is the perfect scumbag.
He's pretty good in that. So I got him for best supporting role because he's not the lead, but he's in it a ton and totally believable in his role as ruthless, emotionless AI freak of nature that is out there to keep the humans in line and wants to do whatever it takes.
I would say he has a little bit of emotion. That's why, because he takes his glasses off and he's like starting to kind of develop feelings weirdly. The other two are like, what were you doing?
Yes.
Yes. So he's not operating properly, which leads into the other two movies. But
true. What about best overacting moment?
Probably the tank scene when he kills Cypher.
Yeah.
Very unrealistic. Why didn't you just shoot him? And he just says that line. It's a sick line, but
I've got pretty much any of Morpheus's monologues in this. I think they're awesome, but totally fucking over the top. And so I got that as overacting in general. But if I got to go specific scene, I don't know that it's overacting, but I got to go back to the fucking Gatling gun Morpheus breaking. It's just like, first off, how is he not dead from the gun? Neo is just blasting the entire space. I don't see how he's alive at this, but he is. And, whatever. He fucking runs out of there and Neo catches his ass and saves him. But I got that as my best overacting moment. But you like Cypher?
I think Neo, honestly.
Really?
A little overacting and people even make fun of it. The way he talks, like the way he sighs, it's just like you're into it in this movie.
It's almost underacting sometimes.
That's what it's like.
He just whispers all the time. Wait. They're about to pull the plug on Morpheus, and he literally goes, "Wait." He whispers, "Wait."
He underacts.
He should be like, "Wait."
That's true. Hold the fucking phone. Don't touch him. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Let's go funniest moment. What do you got? You kind of said mine earlier and this might have been pre-recording, but Cypher loving his simulated steak.
Yeah, that could be it.
It's juicy and delicious.
Most unrealistic scene.
Well, I mean, if they're in the Matrix,
everything.
The most unrealistic thing, even in the Matrix, is the trying to catch the helicopter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
For me, it's probably the little metal parasite shrimp.
Ooh.
Sucking it out.
Oh yeah.
Vacuum.
But they're in the Matrix still.
You think they can't? You don't think that the vacuum battery is powerful enough to suck that thing out?
No,
it's a Dyson.
I just see her,
have you had a Dyson?
Yeah.
Let's
no way you're getting that little shrimp out of there.
no,
He's
no.
all
Even the
lost
German
or
models,
something.
they're
Even
only.
the German models.
All right, best needle drop.
Well, let's not. We're all going to go to Rage Against the Machine at the end, but let's not sleep on just the soundtrack itself, the horns, the opening horns. Every time there's a big moment, whoever I don't know who the composer is, but god damn, he's good.
They're good, man. It's good. I like Spy Break during the lobby shootout. I like that, but I think Rage Against the Machine at the end is just like sign it, perfect. Like sign out, we're good. All right, let's do some real life impact here. How did the movie change the industry?
I think it not only gave birth to a name for what could be as far as AI, but it might have gave birth to ideas for AI. It could have gave birth to ideas for AI, like I don't know when World of Warcraft and that crap came out, but I'm pretty sure it's around this time. Having an alternate life online where you see guys like South Park makes fun of it, where they live their whole life online.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was literally around this time, if not a couple years later. And then, just like technology does, it's like dog years. Everything moves so quickly, and now we have ChatGPT.
Yeah. But this is also like
robots.
It's also like the rise of the internet too at the same time. Like it's been around for a little bit in '99. It's not brand new, but we're still dealing with dial up and all that other shit.
I don't think Facebook was out.
No. Facebook came out in like
close.
2006, maybe 2005, 2006. So, but this kind of sparks that, in terms of cultural influence, it sparks that, living through your computer.
And that's what we do now. We live through our avatar.
That's
Online.
Yeah. God, do you remember Farmville and all the other shit that
Penguin
guys?
Club.
They even tried. What did Meta do a couple years ago? Then they have like a virtual world where guys, dude. And I only follow this stuff because I sell real estate, as you guys know.
Shane O'Leary.
Yeah. They had guys during COVID buying like $5 million mansions in Meta's like virtual reality world. Do you not remember this?
What?
Dude,
No.
unbelievable. Like, bro, it's a fake world and they're spending real money on this fake world. Bizarre. Totally bizarre. But in terms of the industry, I think it movies in general kind of revolutionized visual effects. Bullet time kind of became a Hollywood staple. I think it inspired a lot of the modern sci-fi action films. So you look at Inception, John Wick, Ready Player One, like all that kind of stuff, where you can loop in to a different world. I think it also influenced, like you said, a lot of discussions on artificial intelligence, simulation theory, philosophical thought. Inception and Shutter Island and stuff like that are probably pretty good examples of just taking. This is like the Godfather for movies like that.
Dude, even the new show Fallout, the chick finds out one of the other vaults is a human farm. You remember that?
Interesting. I have not seen Fallout.
It's like the last episode. She walks in, she sees her. I don't know if it was her dad or her mom, but they're in the goop.
Yeah.
Like they literally stole it.
Yucky. They took it from this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Thievery. The Wachowskis got to go after them.
Yeah, for real.
Can't do that.
It might have been them that made.
You think so?
Oh, there's a lady that claims she wrote this movie and that the Wachowskis stole it from her.
Really?
And she says that it is either a prequel or it's the sequel to the Terminator. And
No shit.
Yeah, she claims it, but they went through court and everything, and they're like, she's fucking crazy. She definitely didn't write it.
She thinks that she is in a simulation right now.
Yeah.
In terms of cultural influence, I think the red pill, blue pill metaphor has been used a bunch.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Dude.
a lot, especially in social and political conversations. The cyberpunk aesthetic influenced some fashion, a lot of gaming though, and tech culture. It kind of reminds me of what's the movie Grandma's Boy? You got the beep boop boop boop.
Dude, when he segues to his office,
Yes.
he's like, yeah, metal legs are gonna feel so cool.
So true, dude. So I don't know. I think, there's references to the Matrix that appear everywhere from memes and all that stuff. But I think biggest influence it has is AI discussion and simulation theory. I think you could go down rabbit holes all day with that stuff.
It's just
now.
how deep we're gonna go with this. We got VR headsets. We got.
Is this world that bad?
Dude, we have fake chicken now.
Oh, I know.
Like, we have.
You had one of those Beyond Burgers?
That's what I mean. Everything's becoming, like, closer and closer to. Would you just plug in? Because
it's going to be a reality one day.
One day, I'm sure it will be.
And it's close.
It's probably closer than we'd like to admit.
And how many kids are just iPad kids?
And this is how it happens, too. They create it. You're going to be like, fuck that. I'm not doing that. But then some guy that's a paraplegic is like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Because why the fuck not? I'm just laying in a chair.
Yeah.
Severed.
Just like Severance. Man, my innie is going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
My innie is going to be living his best life. Well said, man. It's a great show right now. Let's get into poking holes. We did a little bit of this. We talked about if Neo is the one, why didn't the Oracle I said that she said he wasn't, but your semantic argument is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't say that he wasn't. She just told him what he needed to hear. My theory was she's just manipulating the outcome in order to maintain balance, and that she knows that he's the one, but she says what she has to say to get him to not necessarily believe, but get on the right path. Because if she truly can see the future, that's the only thing I can think of, is that she would be like, all right, I know if I tell him he's the one, that it's not going to work out because he's going to believe too much.
He's not going to save Morpheus if he thinks he's the one.
Exactly. How do the rules of the Matrix work exactly? Sometimes agents seem like omnipotent. Other times they get vested in a hand-to-hand fight. Like, when they absorb somebody's body, does it matter how athletic that person is? Like,
I don't think it does.
No, because they change into themselves.
They change into themselves, but like some of them get their ass kicked and other ones don't. Like,
well, Morpheus even says that they are part of a world that has rules, and those rules can be bent.
Yeah.
So that's why he thinks Neo can beat them, because he's not subject to those rules.
Interesting. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it makes sense, because if they have a set of binary code, you mess with that code.
Yeah. What's weird is that how the other people that aren't the one can also start to not live by those rules a little bit.
Yeah.
None of them get to Neo's level, but.
How many of them do you think were told that they were the one?
Well, they do say that they went through a bunch and that they died. Like Morpheus and Trinity woke people up. That's why Cypher was like, yeah, there was like 5 before you, and they're all fucking dead.
I just thought of something. Going back to the Wachowski sisters beating the binary code. Boom.
I don't know what that means.
like man, woman. Alter that a little bit.
I think you're going too deep.
Okay, I'm just saying. Because they did come out, like Colin said, and say No, it
Well,
is about trans.
There's a video that I have not
You're
watched.
saying this is the rise of non-binary?
Yes, dude.
I don't even know what non-binary means.
Means you don't identify with
As a
either
man.
male or female.
I find that to be bizarre.
It's binary zeros and ones.
So non-binary is I'm just existing.
Yeah, you're like a X.
Well, that fucking doesn't make any sense. You get like,
I know.
I mean, you can feel that way, I guess, but I don't know. It just seems like you are one or the other. It's not like, what do you take all of your parts off?
Yeah, I
So you're
guess.
just a Ken doll or a Barbie doll? I don't get that.
That would be
Maybe that's
asexual.
like deeper meaning.
That's okay. See, I gotta get into a class that can tell me what the difference in all this stuff is. I'm too
Free your
jaded.
mind.
All right, let's do some trivia because I did find some good stuff in my research. The Matrix Code. It's actually sushi recipes that are reversed. Did you know that?
No,
I did.
The
that's free.
falling green code wasn't random. It was inspired by Japanese cookbook characters.
Yeah. One of the guys that worked in the movie, who was it that came up with it? It was like his wife's sushi recipes or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Bullet time was inspired by Japanese anime techniques. The Wachowskis screened Ghost in the Shell. I don't know what that is, but they screened that for the crew, guessing it's an anime movie. I'm not into anime, so sorry to my anime people out there.
Not sorry.
Okay, fine. Although I did watch Dragon Ball Z sometimes as a kid. That show
was sick.
That show fucked. It was awesome. And they wanted to bring anime style slow motion action into a live action cinema, so it did a pretty damn good job. The actors spent months in martial arts training to do their own fight scenes. So Keanu had some kind of a neck injury, but he trained anyways rigorously under some Hong Kong choreographer Yun Wu Ping. Hopefully I said that right, Yun. Even Hugo Weaving went to training despite his more rigid Agent Smith.
I mean, he looks like a UFC fighter in this, so
Do you think so?
I believe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You go.
The rooftop jump scene was so intense. Carrie-Anne Moss had to convince the stunt team that she could do it, and then she did it flawlessly in one take.
That's awesome.
It's fucking awesome, dude. She's a badass. Neo's sunglasses brand became a cult classic because of this movie. It is Blind with an E at the end.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
Minimalist design sparked a trend in cyberpunk style eyewear. I mean, so you're onto something here, Morpheus. I think you're good. You've had these glasses since.
I've been in the game.
You never stop. Yeah.
No, you've lived that Neo life for quite a while. Let's see what else. Let's talk alternate endings. What if Neo never chose the red pill? We don't really have a movie. Would another resistance member have risen in his place, though? What do you think?
Maybe more.
It depends on if you believe that.
Maybe Cypher could have done it.
Do you believe that Neo is the only one that could be the one? Or is it just because of his belief? That's the question.
That's a good question.
Because then if it's just that he has the faith, then I think the machines they programmed it in, they said it. I mean, we got to get to the other movies because they explain this shit a lot more. But he's the anomaly. They've built it into the Matrix.
There's a popular fan theory on Reddit that argues Agent Smith, not Neo, is the one. He's the anomaly because he can go into something beyond the system that mirrors Neo's journey, and it's his destruction, not Neo's, that truly resets the Matrix. Thoughts?
I mean, it's like what Kennedy was saying earlier. He's the only agent that shows emotion. The other agents are actually freaked out by him. So it makes sense
that without him, maybe you don't beat the agents because they don't have a little bit of a conscience.
True.
I don't even think the other agents notice smells. And he smells, dude. So it's a little weird. It's like, is he a person for real?
Yeah. Tough, unanswerable question until you get to the next movies. All right. Who won the movie?
Which character?
Mm-hmm.
Is that different than MVP?
Could be.
Well, I'll say Neo because I said Morpheus for MVP.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a no-brainer. Neo wins the movie.
Yeah.
Keanu,
Literally.
he from a actor standpoint, transforms his career, becomes an action icon because of this movie. I think he set himself up with Point Break and the Speed movies and all that. But this is what sets him up as a bona fide action star. So I think it's no doubt Neo wins the movie, but
Trinity wins the movie.
Trinity.
She saves Neo. There is no Neo without her. She finds Neo. Morpheus can think this all he wants, but she's the one who goes and finds him. She's the one who falls in love with him. She's the one who makes him, because she loves him, feel powerful enough to do what he needs to do. Without her, there is no Neo.
Well said.
She won the movie.
Well said. All right. Hugo Weaving as Agent Smith. How'd he do?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Fucking kills. He's one of the best villain performances in sci-fi history because of this movie.
Yeah, he looks the part perfectly.
And you guys said the Wachowskis. I don't know if they won the movie, but revolutionized action filmmaking because of this movie.
Oh, they're brilliant.
And visual effects and the whole deal. I mean,
They low-key changed the world. They gave a name to Matrix. No one would have ever called it that or even started to think of that.
What's your personal rating? Rate the movie, gentlemen.
All right, I'm going to go 9.5.
Wow.
9.5.
Okay, that's high. CK, are you thinking, can we go above 10?
Yeah, I mean, just to be realistic, I'm going to give it a 9.8.
Okay.
Wow, that's low.
You got to do...
I actually like the other two maybe more than the first one.
Interesting. Okay. So with all these personal ratings, you got to go with, you put some context into it. It's got to be for the genre and, what the film is trying to do. I'm going to give it a 9.1. That means we should average out around 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
One sentence takeaway.
I believe.
Say no more.
Free your mind.
Gentlemen, it's a mind-bending sci-fi classic that reshaped action films forever. So that's it. That's a wrap for us. That's it for our Matrix episode. And remember, there is no spoon. Okay? Next on the Night Shift, we're tackling a cult classic. Joe Dirt. Get ready, everybody. Follow, subscribe, leave a review. Night Shift out.